There's probably one story that is repeating, one pattern that is repeating throughout your entire life and creating your reality in a way that is undesirable. And really, it's just trying to get you to listen and to see the message here so that you can have this human experience of going down that path and learning that specific lesson. So we're going to go on a little walk right now, and we are going to go see Ladybug. Ladybug is a horse here who I love and adore. I've talked about her a few times on this channel, and we've been trying to breed her so that she could have a baby and have a home here, because that would be her purpose. And am I looking at a 4-leaf clover? No. I love and adore her. She's the one that I bonded with the most here. And unfortunately, if she doesn't get pregnant, then she would most likely be sold to the meat industry, because she has wobblers, so she can't really be ridden for like trail stuff and can't be sold for other purposes. But she's a wonderful, wonderful horse, and like she just clicks with my soul. So I want to show you guys her. And if you want to maybe help out in the process of buying her instead, the person maybe won't sell to the owner here, but maybe to me. And either way, she'll just live here and be the horse of this farm. But maybe we can raise the money to save her. But I also want to talk about this concept that I just really explored with my therapist. So if you know, I've been going back and forth with therapy and deciding how I feel about it. And I think that it's just important to, keep people in alignment with how you can best serve each other in each other's life. And with a therapist, it's probably going to be one way, although that's not true, because I learned a lot from my clients too. Like, everything is synchronistic. Oftentimes, like, what my clients are going through, I'll be going through as well in my own way. And so I'm learning a lot as they're learning. And sometimes it's easier to tell somebody what to do or give people perspective on what to do compared to like giving it to yourself. And so we're all helping each other evolve. But in regards to today's session, we explored health a little bit, and then oh, there's so many flies on the horsies. We explored health a little bit, explored like this pressure that I have in my sinuses that I'm figuring out what to do about. And when she was recommending some health stuff, like different things to consider, like leaky gut and foods and fruit and not eating fruit, not eating nightshades, and all the things that I've done for years and years and years that I don't want to do anymore because that's just not where I'm being called. I think I was able to clearly just state that, that's not really how I'm perceiving it. Like, I'm not really looking for advice on how to go about it that way. I'd rather look at the subconscious programming around it, which we did. And so I've talked about this too, how I think the story that is ever evolving and looping in my reality is, okay, let's walk. We're gonna walk by the house, and so I'm just gonna turn it off because I get a little camera shy, and then I'll turn you back on in a second. Okay, we're back. So this is our first time really walking through the farm together too. But so we were exploring the subconscious programming around my specific health condition, which is just this constant pressure in my sinuses and my ears. And it's been happening for like 7-ish years. And honestly, it was my gift, because it's so annoying that it took me down the path of trying to figure out my health and getting diagnoses and things like that, and literally treating everything else and finding a ton of healing through that. But then still being left over with the initial thing that set me on that path. And so I'm like, okay, well, what is it now? And she was having me do the somatic exercises of going into it and asking, what is the feeling and how do you explain it? Which, if you have something that is going on in your life, whether it's like a undesirable perceived reality type thing, like these are one and the same. My van is currently here on this farm now after I shipped it here from Austria, because it broke down in Austria when I left the farm a few weeks ago. So it's not operating. So the story, the feeling behind that whole experience is like being trapped, right? Being stuck, being under a lot of pressure. Every time I would go to a new mechanic in Austria, they would be like, you have to make a decision now. And they would also not really give me a decision to make. It would just be like one decision. It's like, it costs this much money. And they would put like a ridiculous amount of money on what it was supposed to be, like just diagnosing it. And then they'd be like, now you have to make a decision. We have to go now. Otherwise you can't store it here. And I was just like, so much pressure. And so, and with that, also like being broken down on the side of the road for 3 days in a foreign country, I was feeling unsafe. And when I look at the pressure in my ears and my sinuses and that whole thing, I feel under pressure. I feel trapped. I feel trapped inside my head. And I also feel unsafe because I don't know, is it something like super serious? 7 years ago when I started, when I had this conversation with my doctor, but I was like, is it cancer? Like, I was like, I'm so scared. Like, I don't feel safe. I feel like I'm just like trying to live my life and this pressure is happening and I'm ignoring it, and it's a scary feeling. And she didn't go down that path with me, but so there's that level of feeling unsafe. And then when we look at, patterns from my childhood, that was being created at a very young age. And what was interesting, what I had never heard before, I see Ladybug, by the way, was, I forget the book. I'll try to put it in the caption below. If I forget, please remind me. But it's a book that talks about like your birth, like when you're getting born into the world, how that's your first trauma that happens, and how you are birthed has a huge significance on the programming of your subconscious. And so my therapist was asking me, like, do you know about your birth? Like, were you stuck in the canal? Were you, was there a lot of pressure? And so I want to learn more about that, but I found that very, very interesting. So I've identified this pattern, and it's very, very clear. When I was dating someone who himself told me that he was getting help for being a psychopath and a narcissist, being in that relationship felt like being trapped, because I was very much so, in a box, and I wasn't allowed to leave that box. I wasn't allowed to chime into conversation or to laugh or to have an opinion or anything of that sort. And so it was just thing after thing in life that is just repeating that story until I see it and learn it and move through it. And so the next step is unwinding it and giving it a different tone, accepting it and loving it, but also how do we truly, truly move through it? And so now that I have it in my forefront, I'm going to sit with it, maybe go in my van now that I have my private space, and do some EFT tapping on it. So EFT tapping, if you don't know, it's emotional frequency technique. And so you bring forward a subconscious pattern and you can rewire it that way. And it's through love and acceptance, because the setup statement is, even though I have felt, and you want to kind of put it in the past too, have felt like I've been trapped and under pressure and unsafe my whole life, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And you do that 3 times, and then you go tapping through your whole, every one of the points, and that accesses all the meridians. And it's a powerful, powerful way. So I'm excited to do that. Okay, so we're here with Lady. She's running away. Lady, don't be camera shy. I should have wore shoes for this, but it's all good. Let me make sure we're still recording too. Hell yeah. Okay. Hi, Papa. And Lex. I think I'll try to set up a GoFundMe if you guys want to donate there. And she can be purchased for $1,500 or euros. Oh my God, there's so many flies. Lady, please come out. I'd like to show you her, but I have to face all these flies with them. Hey, Rosa. Hi, baby. Where's your fly mask? Why are you always taking it off? Okay. Lady. Why are you scared? It's scary in here. That's why she's scared, because there's so many freaking flies. These flies look like bees too. Let's see. Lady, hi baby. Can I say hi? Hi sweetie, can I show them your face? I don't know if you want me to take this off right now. Let's see. Let me see. Thank you, baby girl. I know, thank you. Can I see your face? Oh. So this is Ladybug, my horse love. She's such a good girl, and unfortunately yesterday when we tested her, she's not pregnant. And she has one more chance in her next cycle to get pregnant, to hopefully not have to go through this, or to buy her some time, really, is all that it is. So either way, I think it would be best to just try to buy her from the owner. And so let's raise the money. And if for some reason the money can't go to buying her, then it will be donated to the farm. But the ultimate plan and goal, and probably what will happen, is that I'll buy her and then we can be together forever. And I can ride her and the owner can ride her. It's just people can't come and like do trail rides on her because she can collapse at any time with the wobblers, but it doesn't seem very bad. But there's been times where when I first arrived here, I was going through stuff as we do, and she's taking a big poop. Lady would just come up to my van, because she used to be by my van, and she put her head over and she would just be like, "Are you okay?" And we would just stand there and we would hug, right? I know, there's too many flies. I'll put it back on. I just wanted to show the people how pretty you are and how you deserve to live, right? Get off of her. Okay, I'm gonna end the video here and put this fly mask back on her. But if you want to donate to Ladybug, please go ahead and do that. And if you want to sign up for any of the programs, I'll go ahead and link them below. I have 21 days to rewire your mind, 21 days to know your divine guidance. In Rewire Your Mind, we do a lot of EFT tapping. And so it teaches you that whole process too. If you want to work one-on-one, we can do that. I have a 6-month program where we do one-on-one sessions bi-weekly. Get the fuck off of her. Okay, I gotta protect my lady. I'll link everything below for you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Leave a comment if you feel called to do so. All right, bye.